yawangula akalukeserere ng'azira kaadi kwaidire bakola naye endagaano ey'endawulo okusobola okukolagana nabo. Kitegeeza nti mu kalulu ako aba NRM abalimu n'abawangwire kubanga Omoding yawangula wa NRM Ouchol ate n'Omoding yena yayidinga independent bamaze okwogera naye era bamweyuna bulungi aba ku kitebe kya NRM Protein kya Dondo Road yasinkaine omuwandiisi omukulu w'ekibiina kino kya NRM omukulu Richard Todwong era ni Tango Do yali akawati batubitroyinze said Mike Mukula yatubitroyinze yaloba okuyiddayo yabaire happy nga bali ku unveilinga Omoding okusobola okukola nabo. Kitegeeza nti buti eibanga lyanamala mu parliament Omoding aida kulondanga na luyi lwa NRM ba independent abasinga bungi mu parliament yeno bakolagana na luyi oluli mu gavumenti doza yo goli kuna ni Omoding ni Tang Odoi Richard Todwong na ali mu kooti nali kwa kantu ka yero wa mberi yawo omukyalo ole Timwidhi oba mu Omoding oba yena wa NRM eti amutegeere bulungi but at least mutabani wa Okabe ali kujja okukwira mu bigere bya baba we yasaze okolagana n'aba NRM nti yakolagana n'aba opposition. Kitegeeza nti in the Serere by-election whichever way you look at it by and large the National Resistance Movement won this election. There are no losses to register and I think there is no reason to blame Mike Mukula and those who did not show up there because in this election, unlike others, the big people did not show up, especially those in the government, did not show up to support the NRM candidate openly. The vice president who hails from Teso and the others never appeared as much as would have expected them to appear, the way they appeared in Soroti. But the result, whichever way it went, embarrassed the opposition with very meager scores because to combined score of Alisa Lasso and the FDC candidate Emmanuel Eratu showed 4,500 votes as opposed to NRM's 15,000 to 13,000 votes, and then Okabe, the independent candidate, who was also NRM, 15,000. A total, this combined would come up to around 28,000, like 29, almost 30,000 votes compared to the 4,500 of combined opposition forces led by Eratu and Alisi Alaso. This therefore means that the National Resistance Movement is slowly regaining that region of Teso that they had lost for quite a while during the FDC's heydays. FDC really commanded Teso, and you know that even the reigning party president of the Forum for Democratic Change, Patrick Oboy Amriat, also hails from Teso. From the times of Captain Mike Mukula, who was always the survivor in all the onslaughts on NRM, now has quietly, I think, done some groundwork that the NRM is slowly regaining Teso.
There is something you just talked about. Somebody of a producer was Facebook to visit fan and each radical screen.
It's Okabe. Omoding Okabe. That picture. There was a lady I could not identify in the picture. Who is she? Maybe you may help me identify. Mustafa, let's look at that picture. There. I think there's an interesting.
There's something before maybe we get to that lady. Still in that very picture, I wasn't expecting to see Captain Mike Mukula. One Dr. Tango. Remember, I could look at Mastaka with the quality Captain Mike Mukula and Vayo Navy Gun Baby Cow Kilo Mususa. At the same time, Nganinya
bigambo bya Tanga kenyini bwe yatugamba nti emu ku nsonga lwaki bakoze bubi
ng'ekibiina kya NRM oba candidate wa NRM bwe bateekawo nga flag bearer Serere Omoding, rather the other name is what or what? No. Yes, lwaki teyawangula? It's partly because abakulembeze ba NRM mu kitundu, specifically Captain Mike Mukula, nti tebasobola genda kunoonyeza flag bearer Kalulu. And so once this a semblance of reconciliation eteereddwawo, nalibadde nsuubira okulaba Captain Mike Mukula ne Dr. Tango Doi nga bali waakiri ku platform yemu, and unfortunately that is not happening. Naye nze ndowooza Sir Simon, this is a very good move kubanga twalinayo wano mu bigambo byo n'otugamba nti wadde flag bearer wa NRM si ye yawangudde ne NRM esigala ye yawangudde kati kino kyeyolese butereevu nti ddala NRM yasigadde nga yewangudde. But again, the other question maybe I need to ask, nga ddi we baali basayininze and MOU n'ababaka bali independent? Do we have some examples?
Yes, this was publicized. Kano bakawandiseko, but I think NRM has undertakings with many of the independent MPs in Parliament. But maybe during the side, I did not know that they do it formally and even have some documents signed. I thought
so. They also do it on other independents.
Yes, they have other independents. But I've already thought that they simply agree and say we shall work together. I did not know that they go formal and draft a letter, a document or form for that matter to sign and work together. It also shows that Mike Mukula was smart in not appearing in this election and letting the people of Soroti decide, because finally he comes out the cleanest politician in his region. Remember, that is his region.
If I was so, what was going to happen?
I think he read this, and then Tango Doi comes out making a fool of himself, because given what he said and what he did yesterday, if I were Tango Doi, I would have skipped yesterday's function because he said so much, he was bitter. Although those of us who analyze politics better knew that whichever way it went, the National Resistance Movement, NRM had won. It is their thing, and this is the quiet work. There's some clandestine work that was done by bigwigs from TESO to have Okabe's son succeed him, to maintain a culture. They have always said that when a parent dies, one of his siblings replaces him. It is now part of our political doctrine. It has become part of us.
Okay.
So they did that successfully well. So Mukula, although he does not believe that I am intelligent enough and politically mature to analyze these things, he's coward. I talked to Mukula on when did we speak about this election? A day after the election, when we talked about him.
That was Friday last week.
About him here.
You talked to him?
He took a gentleman's step. I think after they told him and shared with him the clips we had said, and reached me out. He told me much about the politics in Iteso. Not that what he said I did not know. I knew what he was saying.
You also need to first be fair as you're building that point to the viewers okubabuulira kiki wali oyogedde, because twali ffenna wano ku show yemu no castigating Captain Mike Mukula olw'okubeera nti teyalabika mu campaign za flag bearer ate nga in principle yakulira NRM mu Eastern Uganda, nti national chairman wa NRM agenda atya mu kitundu nga ekyeserero kunoonya akalulu ekitundu ky'oggwe gy'omumyukira n'otalabikako. So you explained and you argued actually that was a sign of immaturity on the side of Captain Mike Mukula.
No, I cannot say that. I do not say immaturity. I cannot say that about Mukula.
That was the interpretation.
That would be too heavy. I said it was an omission an omission, not
Okay.
immaturity. Mukula is really
Okay.
out there.
So he
Why?
reached out to you afterwards.
So I had implied that he was, it was a bit unfair of him not to appear there, yet we knew he's the commander of the Eastern Region when it comes to NRM. So I also said it was not necessary that he addresses a press conference immediately to rebuttal Tang Odoi, because one, Mukula is the employer in NRM of Tang Odoi. Two, in political maturity, Mukula is far above Tang Odoi.
That's very true.
In terms of leadership in NRM, Mukula has been a leader more than Tang Odoi is. In terms of organization, Mukula is more organized than Tang Odoi. In terms of physical appearance, Mukula is more smarter than Tanga Odoi. In terms of loyalty to the party, Mukula is more loyal than Tanga Odoi. So by whichever measure you take, Tanga Odoi is far below Mike Mukula. So for that matter, I thought it was not right that Tanga Odoi speaks and then Mukula immediately calls a press conference to react. I think he did not understand that, and he thought it was, was arguing from a point of political naivety,
Okay.
whichever it is, and I forgive him for that one. So he reached me out in the night,
On Friday after our show here.
Friday after the show, and we spoke for almost an hour. What we were speaking about, we spoke about the delicate politics of TESO, and three things come out. In TESO, the population seems to be fairly educated. When you watch them on TV, the recordings they get and the stories they do, you find the people, villagers in TESO, quarreling in English. You need to note that when they are quarreling, the way they were arguing with, even when you look at the Okia at an election, you saw people were bitter, quarreling. No, we cannot accept this. This is, but they were quarreling in English because they knew that the TVs and the journalists around were capturing them speak English, and it would be surprising to find a reasonable population, a rural population that speaks that good English, meaning that they are fairly educated. In that matter, it therefore means that in them making their decisions, they make informed decisions because they are able to read better, they are able to interpret situations, they are able to weigh what they want. Two, there is also a special trait in their area that they respect elders. In TESO, elders will speak, and what they speak will matter. So it was therefore right that Mukula navigated through all these interests and the delicate understandings not to appear to support any of the candidates, because he knew deep inside himself, I think as national chairperson, that the Okabe family is pure NRM. You understand? Perhaps the late Okabe had stood independent because of the mismanagement, the gross mismanagement of the elections by Tang Odoi. So in that case, Okabe, many of the people who choose to go independent, we are just protesting poor election management by the Tang Odoi-led commission. I hope you are aware that the vice president is also an independent candidate.
Yes, that I know.
He's not an NRM flag bearer. So had they not went against their party's poor elections, maybe some other people would be.
Yeah, but I also want to commend the NRM for the milestone they reached yesterday. I think bongedde okutulaga maturity mu ngeri gye baddukanyamu ebyobufuzi byabwe nti newankubadde flag bearer waabwe teyawangula bafunye obuvumu obunoonya independent candidate yawangula ne baga tutuule tuteese tusobole okukolagana mu byobufuzi. Nalabye tweet ya NRM, producer wange simanyi oba osobola okutwongera tweet y'ekibiina nga Ssabawandiisi w'ekibiina gw'olabaawo Richard Odong gamba the principle is
this principle.
Yes, this principle is what we shall be following in each and every by-election that is coming. We shall stand firm and I'm quoting, "We shall stand firm by our flag bearer. We shall be committed to him or her regardless of the circumstances." Tujja kusigala nga tuyimirira ne flag bearer waffe mu mbeera zonna.
Is he not contradicting himself? Do I understand him very well?
Where is the contradiction?
If you say we shall, anyway.
No, what he's trying to say is that when it comes to elections, they will stand with the flag bearer, the way they did in Serere. But when results come out not in their favor, perhaps if they go in the favor of the independent but NRM leaning,
It is therefore
they will work with him after the
It
election.
is therefore a contradiction in Mr. Todwongo's statement that he goes to a hospital where his wife is. I'm using this example. And his wife is about to deliver, say in labor pains. Mr. Todwongo therefore tells the doctor that my name is Richard Todwong. So in case you are, and my wife is with you, if you have to write a birth certificate or a death certificate, this is the name you should use. He's giving the doctor open hands that he's expecting that in case you write a birth or death certificate, this is the name you should use. You cannot expect the two things at the same time. That your wife is in labor pains and you say, you show the doctor that you're actually ready for either a birth certificate or a death certificate. This is what I read in the statement. That, and I know the way the NRM operates, Mr. Todwongo's statement does not mean anything. Tomorrow, depending on who passes,
It doesn't mean anything.
Or yeah, or which by-election comes up, the NRM can go against this and support some other person other than their flag.
No, but he's saying, this is the Secretary General, the engine of the party. He's telling you, we shall stand by our flag bearer, no matter the circumstances.
You call this the engine of the party? You call him the engine of the party?
Do you doubt that? He's the Secretary General, SG of the party. Sabawandisi w'ekibiina kya NR.
Did you say the engine? And you mean the engine of the party? The engine would mean that person who, if he paused his assistance...
He runs the party, day-to-day activities of the party.
He's not the engine of the party. The engine of the party is the owner of the party.
No, this is a political party.
The owner of this political party is the engine of the
Does NRM has its, does it have its owner?
Yes. Yes.
This is a political party.
This political party is owned by Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
I need to bring to your attention that we are on national TV.
Yes, I'm aware. But this is Mr. Museveni's party.
NRM.
Absolutely, and also that's why what if refers works in the Olanya constituency when they said they went against a flag bearer and supported somebody else, and it worked. In Isoroti, they said we shall stand by this flag bearer, and it worked. Yeah, they said we shall stand by a flag bearer, but behind there
so NRM has its owner. So the likes of Todwong, my sister, Namayanja, and all these other people. Baliyo nga bani.
Nvandirwa. You know, mu Buganda tulina main course, ne tuba n'envendirwa. Nti oba n'emmere, tufumbye matoke na nyama. Matoke is the main meal, food. Nyama is the main sauce. Ne kubako bukabeji, kubako ovacado, kuberako. So these are the avocados of the NRM.
Katujje katono tweyongere tova.
Eno ni Gangamka ku Baba TV. Eno ni Baba TV.